Excellencies, distinguished delegates, before we proceed, we kindly invite heads of delegation to proceed to the stage for a photo session. First, the formal pose. Allow me to count in 3, 2, 1. And now with the ASEAN way, right over the left. Allow me to count once again. Oh, apologize. Apologize, Excellency. We will start again with the formal pose. Allow me to count in 3, 2, 1. And now with the ASEAN way, right over the left. Allow me to count once again in 3, 2, 1. Thank you, Excellencies, and please be seated. Oh, one more. It's the third pose. Sitting on the stage. Excellencies, allow me to count in 3, 2, 1. Thank you very much. And please be seated.
Colleagues, I call the meeting to order. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. On behalf of the ASEAN colleagues, allow me to warmly welcome back Secretary Blinken to this meeting. And I do believe that our meeting today will come up with new commitments to further concrete cooperation between ASEAN and US, and at the same time contribute to peace and stability in the region. US is one of the most important partners for ASEAN, and this year, ASEAN starts to mainstream the implementation of ASEAN Outlook on the Indo-Pacific with all our partners, including the US. Strategic approaches of inclusive cooperation, habit of dialogue must always be upheld by ASEAN, and we do hope that the partners will also do the same. We believe that the US will continue to support ASEAN centrality and reinforce ASEAN position as epicentrum of growth. Secretary Blinken, collaboration is our only compass toward an inclusive regional architecture, and we welcome all nations to join us in forging the interaction within the Indo-Pacific. Therefore, ASEAN Outlook on the Indo-Pacific was created as our united resolve for this region. Our goals with this outlook are to foster concrete cooperation that directly benefit our people in 4 priority areas: maritime, connectivity, SDGs, and economy. These are the same areas for ASEAN-US comprehensive strategic partnership. For areas that embody our shared interests and bring us together rather than driving us apart. For areas that would only strengthen our bonds in the Indo-Pacific, but also to enhance trust and confidence among us. U.S. support to implementing this outlook is therefore very crucial. Colleagues, achieving peace, stability, and prosperity in the Indo-Pacific would not only be a regional triumph, but a global one too. As ASEAN's comprehensive strategic partners, U.S. hold the key to making this aspiration a reality. So ASEAN really need U.S. to become a significant net contributor in the Indo-Pacific. I thank you very much. And now I would like to invite my co-chair to deliver his opening remarks. Secretary Blinken, the floor is yours.
Foreign Minister Masudi, thank you very, very much. Thank you for your leadership as ASEAN chair, and thank you for your leadership as the U.S. country coordinator, and especially for your friendship. To Foreign Minister Salam Seykhamasid, I'm very much looking forward to Laos chairing ASEAN in 2024. And Secretary General, we are grateful to you for your stewardship of the organization and your investment in our comprehensive partnership. I also want to begin by thanking my own team, and especially Ambassador Abraham, for all that he has done to strengthen and deepen U.S.-ASEAN relations. Johannes is one of President Biden's most trusted advisors, and we are very glad to have him here in Jakarta. So this is my 12th trip to the Indo-Pacific during this administration, my 4th to Indonesia, my 3rd to an ASEAN ministerial. Each time I visit, I'm struck by the incredible dynamism of this region and the critical importance of our partnership. Our relationship with ASEAN is at the heart of our engagement in the Indo-Pacific, a region that more than any other will shape the trajectory of the 21st century. Both the U.S. Indo-Pacific strategy and the ASEAN outlook on the Indo-Pacific underscore ASEAN's centrality. And we share a vision of an Indo-Pacific that is free, open, prosperous, secure, connected, and resilient. And what does that mean? That means a region where countries are free to choose their own path and their own partners, where problems are dealt with openly, not through coercion, where rules are reached transparently and applied fairly, where goods, ideas, people flow lawfully and freely across the land, the seas, the skies, and cyberspace. That's why we upgraded the U.S.-ASEAN relationship to a comprehensive strategic partnership last year. And it's why we've worked so hard to put that enhanced partnership into concrete action. Together, we are delivering on the issues that matter most to the lives of our people, expanding access to the internet and other technologies that small businesses and entrepreneurs need to compete in the 21st century economy, helping communities adapt to the growing effects of a warming climate and building their resilience to the changes to come, improving the capacity of health systems to deliver on basic needs like maternal and child health. The 5 high-level dialogues that we've added at last year's special summit are helping to drive progress in health, in transportation, women's empowerment, the environment, climate, and energy. Because of this growing collaboration, more electric vehicles, electric buses, even electric tuk-tuks will soon traverse Jakarta's streets. More women entrepreneurs are receiving training to support their businesses and their careers. More young leaders are acquiring the tools to transform their communities, like the young Southeast Asian leaders that I met just this morning, who are doing everything from improving public health to advocating for survivors of gender-based violence to empowering refugees. Elevating our cooperation also means deepening efforts to tackle together complex challenges that are affecting the region and, in fact, the entire planet. In Myanmar, we must press the military regime to stop the violence, to implement ASEAN's 5-point consensus, to support a return to democratic governance. Just yesterday, the the United States announced over $74 million in additional humanitarian relief to the region, including nearly $61 million to support Rohingya displaced by the ongoing violence in Myanmar. We need to work to end North Korea's unlawful weapons of mass destruction program and ballistic missile launches. Yet another one just this week, which threaten the region and the global nonproliferation regime. We must uphold the freedom of navigation in the South and East China Seas and maintain peace and stability across the Taiwan Strait. And we must push for a just and lasting peace to Russia's war of aggression on Ukraine, a war that violates principles at the heart of ASEAN's Treaty of Amity and Cooperation and the United Nations Charter. It's harming not only Ukrainians, but people across this region and around the world by exacerbating food and energy crises. When President Biden hosted the special summit in May of last year, he said, and I quote, "We're launching a new era in U.S.-ASEAN relations. I can't think of a more important charge or a more important moment to elevate our partnership. We've taken significant steps forward over the past year. I'm very much looking forward to working together to accelerate our progress this afternoon and in the weeks and months ahead." So to all of our colleagues here today, thank you very, very much.
Thank you very much, Tony. Before we continue our meeting, I kindly request the media to leave the room for the closed session. Thank you very much, colleague from the media.